In England, a statue of Princess Diana was unveiled today. The sculpture celebrates the Princess of Wales on what would have been her 60th birthday. As we all know, she died in that tragic car crash in Paris back in '97 after being chased by paparazzi. Prince William and Prince Harry both reunited to honor their mother at her former home there in London. Royal expert and celebrity journalist Hadley Hall Meares joining us live now to talk about the drama surrounding this ceremony. Of course, it'd be nice if this was just a time to honor Diana and remember her life, but there's always some drama when the royals are concerned. First, though, the unveiling. Who exactly is behind this? Where did the idea come from?
So it's really interesting. This unveiling and this whole statue actually came together in 2017, which was the 20th anniversary of Princess Diana's tragic death. And it was really the idea, the brainchild of William and Harry to honor their mother. And of course, the boys were much, much closer then. And so it's taken many years due to their rift, due to the pandemic, due to different fights about what time period of Diana's life the statue should honor. And it's taken quite a while to get to this momentous occasion today when the statue was officially unveiled by the brothers.
And speaking of the brothers, what's the status of that relationship in broad strokes, and then also in terms of how they're working the whole protocol that I'm sure surrounds the unveiling?
Well, it's actually quite sad because apparently Earl Spencer, the brother of Princess Diana, who was there today, had said through sources that he hoped that this and the big win for Britain in the Euros recently would be able to bring the brothers together. But it seems that Harry was only at Kensington Palace, where the statue is and where the ceremony was, for 90 minutes total, that the brothers barely spoke except about the statue and perhaps a little bit about soccer, and that after one polite drink, Harry quickly exited. So it doesn't seem like much progress was made on a personal front between the brothers today, but certainly they were united in honoring their mother and issued a rare joint statement talking about how much they missed their mother and wanted to honor her memory today.
And at the very least, at least they came together for that. What about the other big players here? Meghan, Prince Charles, Kate Middleton. What's going on with the others?
Well, it seems like a lot of reports say that the reason Kate Middleton didn't come to the ceremony today is because Harry would have been upset because Meghan wasn't able to travel, because of course their new daughter, Lilibet Diana, is very, very young and she couldn't come over to England for the unveiling. So everyone basically stayed away, including Prince Charles. Really, the people who were there were the sculptor, the designer of the new beautiful sunken gardens, which was one of Diana's favorite places that's been replanted with some of her favorite flowers like forget-me-nots and roses and violets, and members of the Spencer family, basically her three siblings. So it was a very small, very scaled down event. And I think that in large part was due to the brothers' rift, although they blamed it on COVID, of course.
America's favorite soap opera, the royal family. Hadley, thanks for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Coming up on